What we do here is go back.
No matter where you are in the city of Pittsburgh, you are steps away from experiencing a work of art. Public art is a distinguishing part of our home. It is freely accessible and enables people to experience art in their daily life outside of museums or other cultural institutions. It reflects our history and our evolving culture. It helps to give our communities a stronger sense of identity and place. Public art matters, and public art matters to the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Public Art. Today, the city's public art manager, Morton Brown, and I are discussing an art piece called Windows, located in Allentown. Morton, can you tell us a bit about this piece?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. This is an example of what we call a percent for art project. So there is a city ordinance that states that anytime the city is building a new municipal building or renovating a building above $50,000, the city is to set aside 1% of that budget to art. So that's what we did. When we relocated the Zone 3 police station to Allentown, we took over, purchased and worked with the URA to take over this old youth hostel that's right on the corner there. It's sort of a gateway to the Allentown community. The police needed bulletproof glass on the first floor of the building, but did not want it to look opaque and like a fortress. They wanted it to be welcoming. They wanted to make a presence in the community, but a soft, neighborly presence in the community. So the best way to do that is to get an artist involved, right? So the community worked with the city in developing a call for artists. We actually worked with the Office of Public Art, our nonprofit partner, as well, to distribute an open call for artists. So through a public process, local artist Kim Beck, who teaches at CMU and is pretty well known nationally as well, was selected. We're really proud of it. We think the community likes it. And again, it's an example of something that the city has a history of doing and something that we enjoy doing and want to perpetuate in the future.
It sounds very unique. It's wonderful to have artwork on public buildings like this. We're going to now go meet with the artist herself, Kim Beck, to learn about why she decided to create this piece. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today, Kim. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Liz.
Can you tell us about the etchings here and why you decided to create them and how the city helped you to display this piece?
Well, the city decided that they wanted to find an artist to design etchings for this part of the police station because they knew that there had been windows here, but they wouldn't be opened, and they wanted to have something that would, you know, make the site more interesting. So they invited me and several other artists to make some proposals, and I had taken my students up here to walk up and down the hills in the South Side area in Allentown to take photographs, and I really love taking photographs in this neighborhood. The views of the city, the views of the streets up and down are just, I think, really amazing and some of the best in the city of Pittsburgh. So when I had a chance to make a proposal, I decided to use drawings that were based on the photographs from the neighborhood. I knew that these panels would be metal, and I knew that the piece was going to be etched. So I didn't really make any decisions in terms of the material, but I knew that I wanted to work with line drawings based on these photographs.
Interesting. And how did you etch onto metal?
The fabricators worked with probably a laser cutter. My drawings were made based on the photographs, so they then were able to kind of trace my drawings through the etching process.
Okay, wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the story of the process of making this, or what you hope people think about it?
I guess one of the parts about the process that I really enjoyed was meeting with the community of you know, people who live in this area who were part of that process. Morton Brown, the Office of Public Art, Renee Pachaki, and then actually the people who are part of this neighborhood who sat on that committee. I liked having the conversation with them about the kinds of images that were going to be represented here. And I knew that you know, having line drawings here would seem to some people like very sparse suggestions of images rather than having a photograph etched on, for example. But the idea of having a really simple line drawing is that it kind of allows people to start to imagine into, dream into, fill in the rest of the image with, you know, they're using their imagination to fill in the rest of it. So so I've been really pleased to have the feedback that people, you know, stand at the bus stop and look at it and think about the neighborhood, and it definitely makes the police station maybe a little bit more welcoming and open as a reflection of the community rather than just being a barricaded facade. It is more of a reflection of the city.
I think it definitely makes the police station a lot more welcoming, and it demonstrates how beautiful the views are up here and how important art is to the city government. So thank you so much for creating this piece and for meeting with us today. It was really nice to meet you.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.
If you'd like to learn more about public art in the city, you can visit pittsburghpa.gov. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Pittsburgh Public Art.